What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we're going to be getting right into it with the Talon. Got my brother Roger over here, and he's sorting through all the bolts and everything that we have for the engine. I'm going to show you guys right now what we got going on, and yeah, we're going to get right into this. All right, guys, this is what we got going on with the engine situation. We're going to leave the stock original motor alone for now. And the main reason is because the JE pistons that came with it are oversized, 20 over. So we're going to hold off on doing that right now because budget. We're not going to send it to the machine shop. But when I bought the car, we also did get an extra motor that came from an auto car. So everything seems to be in good condition with this. We're going to fix it up and then put this together for the build temporarily. And then eventually I do want to possibly figure out what we're going to do with this and putting this back in the car. So in the time being, Roger is going through these bolts, and I do want to show you guys, I have been cleaning this off camera. I know a lot of people aren't going to want to see me cleaning an engine bay for a couple hours. So I'll put before and after clips here. It was pretty dirty. I got it very clean now. Definitely polish it up a little bit too as well. So painted a few brackets here and there. Didn't go crazy with it because, like I said before, I do eventually want to take everything out of here and respray it, get rid of some of the surface rust that is starting. It's not terrible now, but that's going to get addressed after the season's over with. Also with this engine, we're going to definitely put something cool together with this. That's the main plan. But main goal is to get this running and driving, and just I want to get it to shootout this year. That's my main priority. So we're gonna finish sorting the rest of this stuff and show you guys what we got for it. I also have a bunch of new stuff, like I mentioned, for it to put it together. So we're gonna get everything ready and yeah, show you guys in a little bit what we got going on. All right, guys, quick update. Me and Roger went and sorted through everything extra parts wise that I was given. We took everything out that we needed. I'll kind of just show you guys all that here in a second, but we went through all the extra parts, got out all the stuff necessary. He's over here right now. He's taking care of all the rust. This was an engine that was in a car in a junkyard. I don't really know too much about it, but it definitely came out of an auto 2G. So he's cleaning up all this, getting it ready. We're gonna probably throw a quick couple coats of paint on that. Off camera, Roger went through all the bolts and all the extra baggies of stuff that I had in that box over there. So he got a majority of everything sorted out that we can think of. So we're gonna go through all this and start assembling. What do you think so far? I mean, you haven't seen the car, Raj, since I cleaned everything and...
Yeah, the car cleaned up really well For sure. You know, slight hiccup with the motor there and the pistons being 20 over. You know, needed machine work and stuff, but if you guys take anything from this video, it should be really just put your car together with what you got laying around, and just keep a peace of mind when you're putting this stuff together. You know what you can get away with and you know what you can't get away with. So we're gonna show you guys. I'm gonna put this whole motor together right here on this little roller cart.
Yeah, and like I said, like Roger touched base on, it's what we have right now. As we're on a budget, so as things move along, definitely going to put back into the car. So we have everything here, and all new gaskets, so there's no reason why this shouldn't go together. And like I said, the motor is pretty good condition. There's no play in any of the pistons that we can tell. So stock 2G auto car, I don't see why there's much abuse on that, honestly. Stock turbo came off of it, so yeah, T25. So anybody that knows, there's not much abuse that goes through a stock auto T25 car. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And yeah, we'll update you guys as we go along. We're going to finish this up and get some paint on it. So all right guys, quick update. Roger got the block all cleaned off. I got it taped off and masked. I'm going to throw a quick coat of black paint on that. All the parts are sorted that we are going to use. We ended up going with the original head for the car because I believe that was the cleanest. We pulled it out, unbagged it, and come to find out there was a bunch of the lithium grease sprayed all over it. So Roger's been in the process of disassembling this, and we are cleaning it right now and getting it ready for the block. So we're going to go ahead and he's going to finish up with this, and I'm going to throw some paint on this and get it cleaned up. And then, yeah, I guess we'll show you guys as we're going along here. And we're making good progress, so we're just going to keep trucking along with this and see where we can get. Still got a good amount of daylight out, so.
What's up, guys? I got a quick update here for you. Going to show you what I've been busy doing. So right here, I got the cylinder head pretty much completely prepped and ready to go onto the motor. I just got to put the rockers and lifters into this thing after I bleed the lifters down. But for the most part, that thing's ready to go. I got a mess of bolts out here and just kind of... all these parts are going to go onto the motor here. Steve's got the block all painted. Looking fresh. Right now, we're going to work on getting the oil pump and the front cover and the oil pan, also the rear main seal, all cleaned up. So we can get that stuff back on the motor. And then we're going to mate the head to the block, and I'll start building all the timing stuff, putting that back together so we can get it back in the car.
Well, we got the block. It's pretty much dried off here, and Roger is assembling the whole front cover. We got all new gaskets, new belts, and new pulleys going on here, new water pump, all OEM from Mitsubishi. So we're going to tidy this up and then get ready to put the oil pan on. I'm finishing up cleaning that right there, and then we're going to get that on, and then the head is pretty much ready to go on there as well. So all right guys, me and Roger are trucking along here. We got new rear main seal on, oil pan is on, head's on, new head gasket. We just bled the lifters down. Those are in there. Roger's working on getting the rockers in. And as for this side, we got the timing covers on, the upper timing cover brackets on, new water pump, balance shaft belt, new pulley tensioners. And yeah, we're getting this wrapped up over here. Like I said, we're just moving along. I know we are kind of moving fast with the filming, and we're not doing too much of in-depth detail, but yeah, we're just trying to knock this out, and our goal is to get this in the car. And I got the transmission outside right now. I'm degreasing that. So yeah, we're going to be ready to at least just mount this up for now. That's kind of the goal, and then we're going to tackle everything around the engine eventually as we go along. But tonight we're just going to try to get this in here, so give you an update here in a little bit. All right guys, it's a couple days later, and Roger is back over here again. We're finishing up the timing, and we're going to be putting the trans with the clutch in the car. So we got the engine hoist out from the corner, and we're working on this now. gonna get all the timing components finished up and then get the covers on there, and then yeah, get the trans put on and we're set to go. All right, guys, before I show you the motor and the engine bay and the Talon, I do want to apologize. Up to this point, I didn't film as much as I should have. We did run into some problems, and we'll get into that right here in a second. But like I said, I did want to apologize because not much got documented. But we're moving along here, and let's go over what we did and where we're at and where we're going to be headed in the next video. So let's go check this out. All right, guys, here it is. I think the engine looks really good in here, honestly. And some of you are going to be like, well, why isn't the transmission in the car? You guys said you were putting the transmission in the car. We did run into some issues, and I'm going to go over that here. Issue number one, and that's the main issue as to why the trans isn't in the car yet. This bottom end did come out of an automatic car, thus retaining the pilot bushing still. So that did give us a fight for about an hour, hour and a half before we were like, yeah, it's just not coming out. So we ended up just calling it quits on this thing for a little bit and just focused on getting the engine in the car. I'm going to work on getting that out either with a puller and or a bigger hammer, because all I have to work with right now hammer wise is this thing, and it definitely doesn't have enough oomph behind it because it's light. But I'm going to work on getting a better solution for that. And moving on to issue number two. Roger was in the process of doing the timing belt, and I had noticed that the tensioner was the wrong one that they gave us with all the parts kit that came with the car. So that was issue number two, wrong tensioner. The arm that came out of the tensioner was actually a 1/2 inch in over the arm that it taps on. So it definitely would not have gave it the proper tension. I noticed that, and I let Roger know, and he's like, well, it's a good thing you caught that, because yeah, it's just small, like a small mistake that could have gotten overlooked. But thankfully, you know, we're both kind of like hammering away at this thing, and just, you know, I guess in this situation, more eyes the better. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this. And yeah, we're just trucking along. I mean, this thing, as of a couple weeks ago, didn't even have nothing in it. And I mean, engine bay was completely dirty. So I feel like we're making good progress here, and I don't see why we can't get this thing done here pretty soon in the next week or a couple weeks here. So got the turbo kit mocked up in here. Nothing crazy. Got a couple bolts on, just seeing where the clearance was, because the T3 manifold with the 20G compressor, it gets really tight back here, close to the water pipe in the block. But luckily, you know, the Han kit from when he manufactured it, he actually did it. The compressor cover is shaved for 4G. So this kit fits perfectly, which I really like. So I guess just moving forward on where we're going to be going next is focusing on finishing this transmission issue up, getting the flywheel and the clutch put on. I also only have stock flywheel bolts for this right now, so that's kind of another thing. I'm going to order some ARP bolts for this. So it's kind of a good thing we didn't really just like throw it together, because I do want to put the ARP bolts on the flywheel. So that's one thing that's going to get tackled here pretty soon. And this timing situation, I'm ordering a timing tensioner for 7-bolt. So that's going to be addressed. We're going to put all the timing components back on there with the covers. So, and I have a bunch of stuff that I ended up cleaning up. I'm going to show you guys. Got this from Roger. So nice polished piece. We're going to end up running this. I believe this is an engine intake for a 2G, and got that cleaned up. Got the O2 housing from the Han turbo kit all cleaned up, and a lot of the intercooler pipes all cleaned up. They were really dirty and grimy, so all I'm gonna have to do is find a coupler for this lower part and that upper part up there, and then just move over the filter and the MAF. We should be good on that end. And yeah, this thing is looking really good, and I can't wait to see the trans and then, you know, the wiring harness, and it's just coming together, and it looks awesome. I mean, I really can't wait to see what this thing looks like when it's done. And I want to work on polishing up some of this stuff too. So I know this this is all going to get taken care of. I do plan on getting a small little tabletop powder coating setup. So that's definitely on the to-do list with as far as like bolts and brackets and stuff like that. I want to clean this up. I know it looks half and half right now. Like some of it's like really clean and the bolts and the brackets are like really dirty. So all that other stuff is going to get addressed. Promise you that. So it will come together over time. We're just kind of like want to get the car together and just get it running and on the road so we can kind of sort some of the tuning stuff and see where we're going to get with that. I do have some really cool other goodies in the background for the future for this thing. So as this build comes along, we're definitely gonna put some coin into this thing. So we're gonna get this thing looking even way better than it does. I want to get some wheels and suspension set up. So everything that's on here is eventually gonna get upgraded. So on a side note, guys, I'm gonna call it here for tonight. This is where we're at. Make sure to follow along for part 2. Hit that subscribe button, and yeah, we're gonna be doing some really cool stuff. Roger's 1G laser, we're actually gonna be going out racing possibly next month with that thing. We're gonna get that thing tuned as well. So there's cool content coming on this channel. So if you guys want to see some really cool stuff, make sure you follow along. And thank you for everybody that's been watching and supporting us. And we'll see you guys in the next one.